What's up guys, welcome to my channel. Start from this video, I'm going to introduce you the basic program course about shoe scrubber and sweater. So if you're interested in knitting industry, I hope my friends will give you some help. So let's get cracking. So now open the HQ software, and on top of the corner there are a few options. So if you're version of Chinese, find the third one and click first and pick third on the menu. And we're gonna see it again. It will be the English. And now let's see the file. Click and the new. That means I'm going to create your file of the one that you have created before. The below just record the file you reopened before. And now I'm just creating a new one. So a text box will pop up. I will make a video to explain all these kind of things. The models or wets or needles when the machine is in my hand. So now just pick next. The purpose of this video is to let you know the software and the contents of draw utensils. Now I'm just going to choose H3 system row machine. That'll be fine. And click next. The second box, we can see the first part, the size of the canvas actually, and below the ribbon. We still don't really know what these are, and I will explain later. And now just click finish, and we will enter the canvas. So guys, when you get a canvas, and the first thing I want to know is the zoom in and zoom out. This way we can get minimum and maximum view of the canvas. So how can we do it? There are actually a couple of ways that we can do it. First, click the mouse wheel, and second, press F10. These two ways we can switch to minimum and maximum view of the canvas right away. And third and fourth is actually a bit different. When press F11 was one time, one click, until you get the limitation of the view. F2 are the same way, but just for zoom in. And fourth one, roll the mouse wheel. The smallest unit we can get is the grade, right here. And the canvas is actually made by many grades, with many columns and rows right here. Since I said the minimum unit is the grade, so how can we measure the canvas, the length and the width of the canvas? And we can measure, from the starting point to the right side. And we have 512 columns. And the length, still from the starting point, we can measure. Maybe get the maximum view, so until the top of the canvas. And we got 1024 rows right here. We can see the size of the canvas. And if you think your canvas is large or small, you can change the size. Right click and choose modify size. You can add or reduce rows and columns right here. And the size I choose is 1024 rows and 412 columns. And I just want canvas wider, so I'm gonna change the number, from 512 to 1000, and press OK. And the canvas get wider. Right here. Now we get 1000 multiply 1024. And guys, there's no voice in 23 seconds. In this period, what I want to say is that we now know the minimum unit on the canvas is grade, right? So let's just recognize one grade as one box and is empty. So we have the restriction that one loop can only fill in one empty box. So I'm going to explain what is loop right now. And guys, I have something to show you right here. Here we got one loop right here, and actually each loop is made by two parts. From the bottom to the middle, actually it is in the terminology is called legs, and the top one actually it is called the crown, the terminology. And now we have no loop, so I'm going to switch to another page. right here. Let's just look at the second one, right? And it looks like exactly the same loop, you know, I mentioned on the previous picture, right? And the crown is right here, but you know, these parts of the legs is actually behind the red loop. So and the front one, you know, this two part of the crown is actually behind the red loop. But we still, you know, can recognize the shape of the loop, right? Let's just look at the other loop on the same row. And the blue row from the start to the end is made by one strand of yarn. This strand of yarn is not cut off. You know, all the loops are in one. We just, you know, divide loops, you know, theoretically. And now I'm just gonna ask you one question, and let me just switch to another page. Right here, let's just look at the green one. All right. What is this? A loop or parts of different loops? It looks like a loop, but it is not. And the loops on this pattern, we could see, you know, the crown is on top and the legs on the bottom, right? So let's just look at this one. The crown is on the bottom and the legs on the top. Actually, it's not. And this part is actually one leg of this loop, and this part is actually one leg on this loop of this loop. And now I hope you can recognize the loop on this pattern. And now let's just count how many loops on the blue row. Let me just switch back. And the second one is actually on the you know, the same row, so we have to take it into account. Let me just count. You know, one loop right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got, you know, 6 loops on the blue row, and the bottom row. Let's just count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Still got a 6, and so is the top row. And now, guys, let's just get back to the software and fill in the grades. And you can use income to point it out. We have 255 colors on the color bar, and the function most of it I will explain later. And I'm just gonna pick blue one. And there are so many blue colors right here. 16, 25, and 30. I just, you know, just pick, you know, 16. You can put the cursor on the color, on the color that you want to choose, and click, and the current color will be the 16. And now I'm just gonna choose the brush right here, and with current color 16, and I'm just gonna draw 6 grades on the one row. The bottom part is the right one, right? So I'm just gonna choose 10, number 10, click, and the current color will change to the number 10. And still, 6 grades on the top and on the bottom, and that's it. And guys, one more thing I want to explain. If you want to erase color, you can, you know, just pick a number 0, click, and click the color that you want to remove, and it will disappear. And guys, the previous pattern has been drawn, and I still have one more assignment for you. Here's pattern with many colorful loops, and it's not like the pattern I showed you on the previous picture, because, you know, the previous one I multiplied many times, and in this case you cannot just see the crown but the legs. And I just want you to draw each loop on this pattern to the canvas. Use a brush. And guys, that's it. And if you like this video, please subscribe to my channel and give me thumbs up. I will promote to make program videos in the future. And I'll see you 2 weeks later.